Technically, we can use cards like this. And that hopefully gives us free outs. Like, this is the broken combination of 3 unkillable Luxes. Hello everyone, Gomez here for the LAN Channel with another deck for you today. This one, the Fast Spark deck, which is all about using Lux with Senna, because obviously Senna makes damage spells go fast speed, and we are trying to use her with Lux, because Lux then obviously, once she goes into Final Spark, this is an Overwhelm spell, the only spell that has Overwhelm. I really want to see if they add any more kind of spells like this, or spells that have other weird keywords. Would be quite interesting to see if they ever add to the game. But the point is, this is, which is like 0 cost, it's slow speed, so it goes up to fast speed, meaning that while which they're both on the board, you can do a significant amount of damage to your opponent. Now, this is one of these decks whereby it is crazily, stupidly funny. There are definitely changes that could potentially be made to this deck. I like the idea of this deck, and so changes could be made to it to make it even better. Potentially more lifesteal cards, like so even putting in like some Withering Whales and whatnot would be quite good. I do like Piercing Darkness, just because it's a drain for 5, which can do a lot of damage, and which it like give you some health, like to just like destroy a single unit. It's also going to help immediately hit the Lux requirement to be able to get the Final Spark as well. But maybe, like I said, like a little bit more, and even maybe going down on the Unyielding Spirits, because bear in mind that Mini Morph is a thing. Mini Morph can massively counter this plan, as well as recalls and obliterates and whatnot. So always bear in mind that Unyielding Spirit is not a definite get out of jail free card. It is, however, an amazing card to be able to keep things on the board, like Lux and Senna, like if your opponent cannot stop them. And also it's an amazing counter to Darkness, because if somebody tries to hit Darkness, it cannot take damage. So actually Darkness does no damage, so it's no ticker going up for Veigar, which is really funny. And yeah, it's just like a funny thing to be able to do with this card. We've got one Rekindler in here to be able to get another champion back, and this is our main lifesteal card, which is also giving us like another one of these. Bear in mind that the Darkness is always free cost, so it's going to be helping you again towards that Lux level up, or to be able to give us to, or get us to that Final Spark and that. So the deck maybe needs a little bit more early game, is the only other thing that I would say. So we've got like a little bit of early game here, and obviously you never know what this little man's going to give you. And we've got Vile Feast in here to be able to get some things, as well as like a Remembrance being able to basically be able to be played on turn 3 if you save the mana from the previous turns. But sometimes, like with a fast meta, if people are going in their aggro, this deck can sometimes fall to the wayside of that, because of how like if you don't end up hitting these cards at the beginning, then like you get lost in the shuffle. But once it gets to a point where it can sustain itself and you can get Lux on the board and you level Lux, you can end up in a relatively okay position because of the different ways of killing units, and be able to trade your way through and be relatively okay at that point. But as I said, Mini Morph and aggro can be a problem, so putting in some other early game cards might be a plan in order to be able just to defend yourself, like maybe like Fading Memory to fill up a little bit of a board, and that would also work with Glimpse, or something along those lines might be a plan. But I really did like this deck. I loved playing it. It made for some really funny matches in normals. I will just point out that all the games that you're going to be seeing were played in normals. They were not played on the ranked ladder, so I do not believe this deck would do well in rank, considering the fact that rank is mostly quick aggro kind of decks, like to be able to speed people through up their ranks. But it still is a lot of fun to play, so please let me know if you play this deck in the comment section down below how it went for you, or if you made any changes to it, as well as shameless plug time, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. You can catch me on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, as well as there is a link down below to the Discord, which also has the tournament in there, the Bandle Bonanza that me and Jankie from the Voices of the Old Ones podcast are going to be running on the 2nd and 3rd of October, with a prize pool of £150. So if you want to get involved in that and you're on the EU Shard, we'd love to see you there. And like the whole idea is it just being a good time and us all having a laugh together. Some really funny rules in there for that tournament. As well as, if you enjoy yourself at any point during this video, why not consider hitting that subscribe button? But do not feel forced. These are the options that are available to you. So let's get in and see how this deck did in a couple of matches. I'll get rid of Senna as well, actually. These are more like, you know, my late gamey cards. I'd rather start off with a Remembrance in hand. Start off with my little man here as well. Okay. Straight up block. Give me a good spell, man. Just give me a good spell. I mean, that fast speed from Senna's not bad. Like, When you see the fact that Senna makes that fast speed, 3 damage, 2 damage, 1 damage, it's not too bad. Okay. But the fact that I can play nothing this turn is quite bad. Okay. Next turn I can play Remembrance. I've taken a lot of damage. I can play Remembrance. I could consider playing this, because then that would just be like 3 damage, 2 damage, 1 damage to Nexus. Could go with playing one of these. Remembrance, I feel, is where I go here. Most of the cards in this situation is what I'm kind of looking for. You know for a fact I'm going to hit the lifesteal one, but requires a unit to have died, so I don't get the tougher lifesteal. Ooh. Actually, out of all of them, this is not the best, but still does have the ability of me being able to grab, say, a little one like this. Keep you for trading purposes. I've got Vile Feast to be able to deal with my little rock hopper man. Okay. Potentially they could just go directly into Time Bomb, and Time Bomb is this dead. Okay. So I'm willing to accept you getting got. Because they might throw you, say, in front of, like, I mean, it's not the Yasmin, so they put you in front of there. It's a bit of a shame, because it's not exactly who I'd want to be killing. But okay. I need to tell myself, it's because I know that they could have a Time Bomb. That's why I'm telling myself is the reason why I don't mind doing this here. Obviously, Time Bomb is going to kill the little one. This now means that gives them, like, so many different things, like Rite of Arcane. Like, there's so many moves that get used there. Time Bomb, yeah. Might as well get some value off of you. I'm considering playing Senna here. Like, I could play Lux. I could play Lux with the idea of going, but like Senna does open up a few things at being fast speed next turn, which is quite nice. But Lux, I mean, I guess as well, Rite of Arcane is a thing, so maybe actually Lux is the smarter plan.
Let the light guide you.
Just because Rite of Arcane is a thing. Because Rite of Arcane does 4 damage? Destroy a landmark to do 4 damage, from what I remember? But okay. Triple Unyielding, you madman! A true fellow, and welcome. What is up with you, my friend? Yep, all is well. I feel like I passed here, because I don't know, like, part of me is thinking that they want me to go forward, so they bust the, which is that they bust the shield, and then use, like, 2 Rite of Arcanes. Like, that's where my mind goes there in terms of what they're thinking. Okay. So we could just go over straight up.
This is my choice.
Rite of Negation is a card. They also have Mini Morph as well, which Mini Morph does. Mini Morph as a card also poos on this idea. But I've got to go for the attempt of it. But I believe that, like, Mini Morph is a thing that could come down on me, and I would expect to see Mini Morph at some point come down on me. Okay. On the plus side, at least Lux got leveled before the Mini Morph started hitting. So there is that. Okay. Go straight up killing this. Potential Senna next turn. Okay. I mean, that is a lot for this to suddenly go up. Okay. That is how you say significant damage. So. I kind of want to play Senna. The Arsenal might come out this turn.
Long road behind, long road ahead.
I would expect to see the Arsenal come. Ooh. And wins behind me. There is still the chance. There's still the chance of there being Mini-Morph, right? There is still the chance of Mini-Morph. I know it.
Out of my way.
Okay. Accept this.
Oh dear.
Yeah, chance of Mini-Morph. Okay. So. I've got a concerted strike. I mean, I've got some moves that I just need to hope. Oh, 69! I've got some moves that I just need to hope all pan out nicely.
Shine with me.
Okay. So. Man, let's work this out. Concerted strike. They could have another Zilean in hand and just do the same crazy move that they did last time. Like that is also a thing that they could do. Crazy Zeal could actually end up being more crazy if we let those moves go down. Okay, let's think about this. Think, Gomez. Think. What would you do?
Come on, we're on the clock. Spirits ain't gonna free themselves.
Leaves me with this. Riot of Negation could be a thing. But I'm willing to go with this move. In the hopes that it all goes down nicely in the end. I just feel like if I block Zilean, you know for a fact there's going to be that second Zilean in hand, like they already did use a chrono shift on me. But there's part of my mind which just says that's going to happen. Okay. Let's go for trying to kill him this time and see whether or not that Zilean was in. Okay, so the Zilean was not in hand, okay? I really thought the Zilean was going to be in hand. 69 Zilean.
Darkness and light.
Okay. Now the fact that, like, it's the knowledge of knowing that the Arsenal is a card that is where the squeaky bum time comes in. There is definite squeaky bum time. Like, although this has worked out somewhat okay, squeaky bum time is still very much in play.
The way is always the same.
The way is always the same. Okay, right, so they are now relying on like the predicts and the top decking of trying to find the Arsenal. So I just need to hope they don't find it. Lifesteal.
Anything can be scattered to its elements.
I should have probably used this first. I should have used this darkness first and then used it, because then I obviously could have got a second darkness in hand. So, should have potentially considered that. Okay. I can get another darkness off of Senna going forward anyway, so there is also that. I'm surprised I've not seen like a mini-morph or anything like that come down. Okay. They've got additional draw. Tick-tock, your time's up. The clock man cometh.
Into battle with hearts aglow.
What? No! Shadow mode to my opponent. I actually really wanted to see how that was going to go down. I wanted to see if they were going to find the Arsenal, if we had a way around the Arsenal, because we did have a number of spells in hand, but I actually wanted to see what was going to happen in that matchup. Shadow mode to my opponent. Really well played. I'll get rid of all these and keep my draw spell. Okay, I haven't actually seen these two with Shadow Isle, so this might actually be an interesting experience to see what the hell this is with Shadow Isles. I mean, if I can hit them before they get their impact. Okay, I could actually deny their impact by throwing this forward and then using clips, but... Okay.
Search that.
I might end up regretting not using glimpse. I know that I should have, yeah, again, probably got rid of the impact one, but I'll live with the decisions I've made. I've not got any cards that help me. This deck lacks the early. They're going to immediately go into Poppy now, aren't they? Yeah. That's the one.
I sure hope
I don't
so.
mind taking 3 damage. I don't mind taking 3 damage, which is what this is going to be. Okay. Actually, sorry, it's 4 damage because of impact and double attack. It's not looking good. I do actually have a good heal card, but I haven't got a good heal card for a little while.
Poppy, might the hero be on this very field? Eh?
I sure hope so.
When you look at it and you think, I could single combat her down. Or I could just straight up go with this. Like, it's annoying because I have to use this. Because otherwise, like, all of these other ones are just going to kick off so much more because of Poppy. So I actually physically have to use, as much of me wants to develop Lux. Because I mean, if I develop Lux, I'm going to take a hell of a lot more of an attack. And I won't be healing myself. I can still get a single combat off, maybe. But I feel like I have to do this. I'm still taking one hell of a hit. One hell of a hit. But it's the best I can do. Not the telescope! The value of the telescope!
I challenge thee.
It's times like this I wish I had Withering Whale in this deck. Okay. So, finally, I get to develop Lux. So it begins! Okay, I can throw down Vile Feast and I can throw down a single combat. And feel relatively well. The 2 poppies are down, but they're in Shadow Isles, so there's so many different ways of bringing people back.
Sir, my plan is to kill them.
I mean, I could... You know that, like, how much value that man gives. Okay. Oh dear God! I was gonna get rid of the other impact man. Okay, I was gonna get rid of the other Yordle man, but I've got to do this. So that is 1 Tristana down and 1 Poppy down, but so many more problems. I've still got a barrier. I've got a barrier and a concerted strike. So I can go, aha! Barrier! That's also the level up! Barrier!
This is my choice.
Concerted strike to kill. I mean, there's still so many other things that are issues and such. And especially considering the fact that my opponent is already Shen-emoting me. Because I'm assuming that they've got some other move that's about to come out and kick my ass. Especially if they throw down any form of buff on top of this guy. Like any form of buff on top of that guy. And it's kind of done. Okay. All I have is 2 pokey sticks. 2 pokey sticks directly to my face.
A beacon through the door.
Okay. So. All I have is so many cards. Okay. Concerted strike.
Better sight protect me. Every squad's got a heavy.
I mean... it's definitely going to... Is the jar of dirt going to help? It's definitely going to help the situation. But... I still have a multitude of other problems. Okay.
Let's brighten up their day.
Okay, right, so let's look at this in the thing. We can Vile Feast one of them down. We can single combat one of them down. I mean, all they're trying to do is go as wide as possible on me and find lethal that way. And all I can do is go, okay, all I've got, okay, and the one, and the two, and the three, bop, bop, bop. It's all I have, Yugi! It's all I have is a move to try and keep you at bay! When there's nothing left to believe in but all of my defensive spells! Okay, you had such a big board on me, but this is all I have left! Oh, I haven't even had a champion die, so I can't even use this. Okay, at least life still comes. Definitely cool in game, in my opinion. See you now. Are you off now, buddy boo? Sorry about that. But Mini Smurf, how are you doing? Mini Widget from their hand, from the field, because it sounds pretty similar to challenge in my opinion. But interesting. Okay, I mean the fact they could have had, if they had double of this, they could have killed me at some point. I could, you know what I could do? I could do the switcheroo, but I'm not going to. But I could have done the switcheroo move with Fear Machine. At least Senna is now also.
I am in control.
Like Senna is also in hand. But I mean, it's a shame that it says an enemy and you can't use this on your own units. Because if I could use Darkness on my own unit now, because this is going to mean that another copy is going to be hitting the next. So that would have been lethal if it would have let me hit my own units. That is a bit of a shame that they don't. But the fact that we've turned this game around, obviously they can get so much value right now. But the fact that we've turned this game around is actually amazing in itself.
We are one.
Okay. Do I want to throw down Senna as well? Like, just to give me fast speed on Darkness.
There's a lot of darkness out there. Let's make some of our own.
I could have, I guess, used this first and then got into it.
Maeve, you move as the wind. Quick and careless.
I'll take on the
So many impact units! Okay. So much impact.
Life is cyclical.
So little time. How close are we on Lux? I mean, that's another Lux
Keep your
spell.
distance.
Yes, you've got to go forward, otherwise I'm going to start hitting more. Oh my god. Devastating moves. I mean, the fact that I can do this at fast speed because Senna's on the board is devastating. Fast speed Lux spell because Senna. Senna mode. I mean, actually, I could have got lethal. That was PM on my point because I could have just gone with you. I could have just thrown that like into something and killed them, but Shadow mode to my opponent. I decided to go the long way round. Okay, what are we actually up against? We're against Darkness. I'm gonna keep single combat because we're against Darkness. Part of me would consider keeping Senna to Senna, but I'll keep this. I'll leave. I have to leave that. 1 damage directly in my core. Removal. As long as I can have removal for Veigar, if they throw down Veigar on turn 4, if I have removal for him, I'm okay with it. Okay.
Well, I did say I wanted to see the world.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. That's not too bad, actually. So, we might see Veigar enter the field of play, but we do have a single combat for him. Like, we've got double single combat. There he is. There he is. You are Lord Veigar, destroyer of worlds. No, you are Lord Veigar. Goodbye. Okay. Huh. No, not with the Hoodafoos. Crap. I can't kill him. I can get him so he's closer to death, but I can't kill him. Well played, Yugi. Well played with your stress defense. Okay. I mean, I have to start killing. I have to kill him before this goes insane. So I've got a vengeance move. I've got a single combat move where I've got a vengeance move.
Beneath the waves.
Part of me wants to go for the single combat move again, because it still means that I can have like a decent amount of mana. They still have the move to do it again, but this time I've got a sharp sight. I mean, I had sharp sight last time, but okay. There's one Veigar down just because I don't want them to increase this too much. Oh, god damn it! Of course. So I mean that would have happened even if I would have gone for vengeance. That still would have happened. I always forget that Miss Call is in that deck. They just use Miss Call, as you say. I always forget that Miss Call is in that deck. Why am I? What's happening here? I mean, it's making it look like it's my turn, but it's not. Okay, crap. Oh, it's gonna. Did stream just drop? I think the stream just dropped. I just dropped a bunch of frames. Okay. So sadly, they get their Veigar back through Miss Call, but so they're still getting this going up in damage. Could go for the straight up vengeance. Part of me does want to develop Senna though. I want to develop Senna. Sorry, not Senna. Lux. I want to develop Lux just because potentially Unyielding Spirit could be my get out of jail free card, because this means that they cannot take damage. So whoever they target with darkness, now admittedly they could have mini morph. Whoever they target with darkness is not going to be able. It's the only move I have. Okay.
Easy does it.
Easy does it.
Oh dear.
Okay. So they're gonna go for a prank, which means okay. So that they're doing that because they plan to kill Lux next turn. So their immediate opener is gonna be darkness on Lux, I assume. It's all I have, Yugi. It's the only move I have. Which immediately they can still have vengeance. But all we're trying to do is just trying to negate the 5 damage, because this means they cannot take damage. So all I have, and a mini morph, as in mini morph might come down. And I know that mini morph might come down, but this just completely negates the darkness damage from happening. Levels up Lux, completely negates the damage, gives me the ability to maybe be able to kill Veigar, so he gets nothing on his thing. Shadow mode. I mean, oh come on, they run mini morph in that deck. They run mini morph, so they had ways around what I had done, but obviously we then could have killed Veigar. That was one hit of darkness that was not getting, but like, we had another one in hand, obviously, so if they tried darkness again on another unit, we could have gone for trying to also use that on top of them. But shadow mode to my opponent really well. Hey, Lux, I definitely need to keep sharp sight. Part of me is considering keeping vengeance. Well, I know for a fact I need to keep these sharp sights. I need like to draw an early. Actually, yeah, again, Vile Feast. They're not in the Freljord version, because obviously Freljord's got more ways of saving Teemo's life. So they're not in the Freljord version, which is at least good for me. Go on. Develop the little one. Develop him. Go on, do it. You know you want to. Secretly. Throw down your little Teemo man. Throw down your little scout. Okay, crap. I mean, I could still throw this down to have defense against this dog. It also means that I could, like, I don't really want to waste a sharp sight here, but killing this so that it doesn't continuously keep putting free shrooms in my deck is never a bad idea. Okay. Of course they'd have the poison dart. Why did they always have the poison dart? Okay. So my plan of being able to stop... My plan of being able to stop the dog, sadly, did not go to plan. Okay.
Well, I did say I wanted to see the world.
Mystic shot. I could have saved this. But let's face it, draw would be a little bit more better for me. I'm getting all my spells. And potentially... Actually, I wouldn't be able to use this next turn because I'm not going to have the mana for it. I'm going to be 1 mana short of this. Okay, not looking good. Not looking good. I've definitely started to get a huge number of shroomage going on my side of the field. If I don't have Remembrance this turn. Yeah, they immediately go forward. So, if I don't have Remembrance this turn. Single combat then becomes a thing. Of course, I would hit the Radiant Guardian, the healer I need when a unit has not died. Okay. This is not looking good for me. This is really not looking good for me.
It's not ours. Don't touch what ain't yours.
I go like this. I probably should have considered leaving this in case yet again, but Teemo's getting to the point. I think that Teemo's already leveled, actually. They've thrown so many puff caps in my deck, they must have already leveled Teemo years ago. Okay. The idea of having Senna out might be a good plan, he says. They could definitely have Thermal Beam.
Long road behind, long road ahead.
They could very much have Thermo Beam.
I've memorized all the Bandle Scout rules.
Not good. Not good.
You will be scoured from this land.
I'm going to have to kill Ava somehow. Because the amount of shrooms there, the fact that those damages are going to be going in twice. Owie! Okay, so Teemo's out. We do have
I'm so excited I could explode.
several sharp sights. Several sharp sights to stop this. Ava's actually the one who I need to kill. I do also need to kill. Yeah, so. I do need to kill the Yordle as well. But he can come later on down. Like, I've got so many problems with these shrooms. Like, I'm probably just gonna die to shroom damage anyway. Okay. I mean, my opponent is going 100% in on just trying to kill me right here and now. Which I respect. Okay. Sadly, if only I could use Sharp Sight and that would be like, you know, where I would love to go. Sadly, I can't. And let's face it, with the amount of shrooms which are currently in my deck, which is a lot of shrooms, as well as the fact that they can just poison the start my core anyway. Okay.
I will end this here.
It's gonna be one of those things I'm gonna end up regretting. Potentially.
Turn it again.
I feel if only you had life steal.
Bandle Scout never.
If only, I mean, let's face it, I am definitely gonna top deck at least. If I don't top deck one shroom next turn, I have to win next turn. And let's face it, I'm not gonna be winning next turn. Okay, somehow I'm still alive. I have no idea how I'm still alive.
Sight protect me.
Yep, draw. Draw. Okay, well, I guess if I'm going to draw, I will be the one who decides my own fate. I will be the one who dies from my own draw. Okay, that was also a level up on Senna, but that's not important. What is important is the fact that I'm about to die through significant shroomage. So, yep, the first card would have been lethal. Second card would have been lethal. Actually, I want to see like roughly how many, like, were all of the top cards of my deck tainted? Because it looks like it. So, also, there would have been 2 cards later on down the line. There would have been 2 cards that would have been free of shrooms. But sadly, the majority of my cards were laced with shroom poisoning. It's okay. Shadow Vote to my opponent. Really well played to him. Unyielding Spirit. This deck, I believe, does run Mini-Morph quite a bit. Okay. So, I'm going to go with the Hope. Because it's all about the art. Like, this deck is just like all about, like, the rest of this stuff is not like, it can be really powerful early game and whatnot, but the more thing that's scary is the arsenal. Like, that once the second that the arsenal comes down, you just need to hope that the keywords are on your side. Just don't get hit by Mini-Morph. Sounds pretty easy to me. An easy task. Okay. Pretty easy task indeed. Give me a good spell. I mean, on Lux might not be the, or on like set, like if we level Senna up, might not be the worst. Just in case they throw down a Rock Hopper. I'd rather let the Rock Hopper make this one have problems. Okay. I'll leave it. Because I can potentially glimpse on top of this to turn you into a 3-3. I mean, at the right time? Potentially? Senna is kind of like... Senna is kind of weak because of Riot of Arcane in this deck. Like, 4 health is not good against this kind of a deck. I'm still going to throw her down because like having these things at fast speed as well as single combat potentially if needed. So I feel like they're going to throw down Riot of Arcane. Yep, because of course they do. But the idea of going, haha! I see your moves, Yuki! And I raise you! Single combat! Crap! The fact that I've got another single combat, but sadly do not have the mana to use it is devastating. Okay. You got lucky this time, Statue Man! Okay. That's also like really helping towards his level up as well. So, I want to throw down Lux. Lux going into... or do I wait? I feel like part of me's like, do I wait on this front? That's where my mind is thinking. So they're going to be obliterating the spider at the moment. I could throw down Lux. She will have a barrier to protect her. She will be vulnerable, is the only other problem that I feel like. She will be vulnerable this turn. Also, not this turn, but like forever. But we do have an Unyielding Spirit. I mean, I might end up regretting this decision, because this was also the level up, which he's going to be doing 2 damage first, so he's going to pop that barrier. So I might end up regretting this because of certain things that could come down. Okay. By the light, wherever you are, by the light! Unyielding, which actually, Unyielding Spirit with this, it already proved itself to be a broken combination in the past. Could potentially prove itself to be a broken combination again. Obviously, Mini-Morph is a thing. The only plus side is, even if they get on Mini-Morph, they would still have a 3/3 unit that was invincible. I expect them to Mini-Morph this. So Mini-Morph comes down. Oh, no, okay. No, not gonna lie, I was massively expecting the Mini-Morph. So she levels down. I said before, this used to be broken if you'd used those 2 combinations together. So I can only hope that they've still remained broken to this day. Okay. So they can decide where this goes, which is a little bit bad. I mean, the problem is that this does not actually give Unyielding Spirit to other units, which is a shame. I wish it did. Okay. We're going to be losing the spider through this next turn. That is a lot of potential booms. They're going to be coming down. But okay. If I can throw this down next turn, give myself a bunch of unyielding Luxes. Not the boomity bomb. Okay. So, this is actually an obliterate, so this would actually go through this. So if they can kill the Sentinel, if they could have killed the Sentinel, that actually would have killed Lux. Okay. Arsenal could come down this turn. If they pass, I pass. Or not. Okay, so the Arsenal can't come down. Okay, so I've got... I mean, I've got to. It does mean that we're going to hit a significant amount of damage going into my core. But we ride! We ride! Because every single one of these should hit. Oh, they don't. Is it because they're... I don't... I'm surprised because it's still summoning a unit. So I'm surprised this doesn't actually hit these off. Okay. So before, the way this used to work was that ephemeral, because they were invincible, it wouldn't matter. Whether or not that is still the case, we shall find out. So we've still got a single combat. Theoretically, we should actually be fine. This is amazing.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Okay, so this is all the Ziggs down. Zigzag! Of course. Damn you and your bloody, what you call it, like ability to protect yourself within a little statue. So technically these just live because they've got Unyielding Spirit. And so now that just means that technically we can use cards like this and that hopefully gives us free. I mean, like, this is the broken combination of 3 unkillable Luxes. As they were about to throw down Arsenal, you know that they were going to throw down Arsenal and they were going to do like that broken combination with that. So we got them back for another broken combination. Shout out to my opponent. All the Luxes all belong to me. From flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.